Okay, so this is day 2 of my juice fast, and I got up. I had a nail appointment at 9 o'clock in a town that was about a half an hour away, and I knew I had to do a lot of juicing right off the bat, and I did. I had tomato juice left over from last night, and I did my fruits, my greens, my carrots, and put them in jars in the fridge, and headed off for my trip to this other town. And the main thing when I'm going out of town, I have to make sure I have enough juice with me, and indeed I did. Things started getting kind of confusing as I was going home because I had to do a Zoom conference, and I had low battery, and I pulled into a quick stop to get gas, or it turned out I didn't get gas, but I just was sitting doing the Zoom conference. But as I pulled into the quick stop, I noticed my first impulse, because I was so stressed on the road, was to get a snack at the quick stop. And that's like old mental patterns of stress, dealing with stress by eating, And very quickly I realized, no, you don't eat today. You're not eating today. And that's good. That program is it's not functional at this point. We don't do things like that. But fortunately, I had enough juice with me. I replenished it, and I was able to get myself home, which was good. Let's see. And then I had some other things to do later in the day. I guess the upshot of the day was I had enough juice, and I juiced early. So the takeaway from today was just don't be optimistic. Just make sure that you do your juicing and get it, get yourself a stores of juice. Let's see. So it was good. I wasn't, certainly didn't think about eating. Oh, one thing I was thinking about was that for me, juice fasting, many years ago, I went to a health store and I asked them for if they had anything for dieting. And the guy recommended fen-phen. And I took it, and it worked perfectly. I wasn't hungry at all. And so I went from a person who was always thinking about food to a person who was never thinking about food. And it also gave me a lot of energy, and I ran around doing a lot of cleaning and stuff. And then I found out that fen-phen was taken off the market because all these athletes got heart problems. And I indeed was also getting heart problems because I was running on the treadmill, and I noticed I had heart pains, and that fen-phen actually did some damage. But many times since then, since they took it off the market, I have looked on the internet to see if there's some kind of fen-phen replacement, because I'd never forget just the switch that went off in my head that was thinking about food to somebody who wasn't thinking about food. And juice fasting is kind of similar. It's not as easy as just popping a pill. You have to do a lot of work, so to speak, in terms of juicing, getting the juice available. But once you have the juice in your system, you're not thinking about food. I'm not thinking about food. I'm not hungry. So it's like a very kind of time-consuming diet aid, or diet pill, let's put it this way. And the only thing I have to do is like wait it out, just wait it out. Like today's day 2, and it was fine, and I just keep ticking these days off, on the mileage. I also watched some YouTube videos of people doing long juices, like 120 days, 140 days. The guy that did the 140 days, he was like really skinny. But, it's good for me to remember, that you can do this for a really long time. You know, you do have to watch it if you're not heavy to begin with. But the actual process of juicing, what I'm saying is that you can just coast, you know. So that's where I'm at. I'm glad that I remembered to check in. I was getting ready to turn in, and I checked the internet, and I just remembered that I had this little commitment to myself to just talk about my day, how things are going, and oh yeah, I went over to Walmart tonight, and I got replenished my vegetables. I think I spent $35 tonight, and you know, juice fasting, it's kind of expensive. You know, of course, you're not buying groceries, so you take your whole grocery budget and, you know, you're just replacing it with fruits and vegetables. It probably will cost me an extra $250, I think, this month, but it's worth it for a health treatment. You know, it's like going to a little spa. Not even that, because spas are way expensive. But it's just, it's a health expense. So that's it. That's all I have for day 2, 30-day juice fast, June 2021.